After the wave of layoffs in Silicon Valley, Canada is picking up American technology talents. For non-US employees, who make up 3/4 of Silicon Valley's technology workforce, they are considering some extremely realistic issues: how to continue staying in the United States after being laid off. According to Layoff. FYI, a US technology company layoff data website, as of October, tech giants in the United States have laid off more than 220,000 people worldwide this year, and more than 160,000 people in 2022. The layoffs in the United States include at least 50,000 foreign H-1B work visa holders. The holders of this visa are generally technical talents who have received higher education in fields such as technology and healthcare, and are the targets of various countries. According to Fortune magazine, 90% of foreign H-1B work visa holders have found jobs in a timely manner after being laid off, and can temporarily and legally continue to stay in the United States. However, in the overall industry layoff environment, 10% of talents still face the fate of being deported. At this moment, Canada threw an olive branch and successfully poached these technology talents who were pursuing the American dream from around the world. Even some H-1B holders who had escaped layoffs were attracted to Canada. The Canadian government has stated that as of the end of October this year, over 6,000 US H-1B work visa holders have traveled to Canada in search of job opportunities. According to a Bloomberg report, Canada's talent poaching program is a model of creative decision-making and should raise concerns in Washington. Getting an H-1B visa not only requires skills, but also luck. For employers, the cost of hiring a foreign technology talent is much higher than directly hiring Americans. In addition to submitting various application materials and paying tens of thousands of dollars in fees for foreign talents, the company also needs to wait for several months before it is fortunate enough for talents to officially start working. This means that the ability of foreign talents must be outstanding enough for the company to consider this expense worthwhile. For foreign talents, the most difficult task is undoubtedly the brutal H-1B draw. At present, the maximum number of H-1B visas approved by the United States each year is only a fixed 85,000, while applicants are increasing year by year. The U.S. Immigration Service received 308,000 applications in the 2022 filing season, 484,000 applications in the 2023 filing season, and 780,000 applications in the 2024 filing season. That is to say, the pass rate for H-1B visas in the 2024 application season is only 10.89%. According to researchers at the University of California, Davis, only 11% of foreign undergraduate students are able to stay and work in the United States, while the proportion of master's students is 23%. But this group of dragon and phoenix among people unexpectedly encountered the largest wave of layoffs in technology companies in history. Indian Mundal moved to San Francisco last year and served as the head of a global project at Google. One morning in January 2023, he unexpectedly learned in an email that he had been fired. He knows that if H-1B visa holders lose their jobs, they only have 60 days of legal stay in the United States to find new jobs, otherwise they will face the risk of being deported. But recalling the complex visa approval process of the U.S. Immigration Service, he immediately realized that from the time he received the email, he didn't have as much time as 60 days to find a job. In fact, the 60-day speed of life and death not only includes finding a job, but also includes the time to prepare materials, deliver materials, and wait in line for immigration processing. Conservatively speaking, Mundal needs to find a new and professionally relevant job within 30 to 40 days to meet the requirements for renewing his H-1B visa. Instead of worrying about unemployment and dealing with bloated immigration agencies in the United States, many H-1B visa holders choose Canada. On July 16, Canada launched a pilot program that allows up to 10,000 US H-1B visa holders to apply for Canada's 3-year open work visa. Obviously, the Canadian government's attempt is still conservative. In just one day, the number of applications reached the upper limit. Canadian technology companies are jointly demanding that the government double the application limit. Frederick Arnakai, who was fired by Microsoft, seized this opportunity. The defect analysis engineer from Ghana, Africa, said he found it difficult to find a job in the United States, and life in Canada seems to be good. In theory, H-1B visa holders can stay in the United States for up to 6 years and then apply for a green card. However, the green card application process in the United States is too lengthy, and the most painful one is undoubtedly among Indians, with some even queuing up until after 195. In Canada, this process only takes 6 months at the fastest. For a long time, due to geographical convenience and lower immigration barriers, Canada has been regarded by many foreign talents as a springboard for immigration to the United States. But in recent years, the tightening of U.S. immigration policies has gradually changed this structure. Immigration has created America, but now old immigrants are excluding new immigrants. The landmark event of this trend is that Trump, the former president of the United States, significantly tightened the H-1B visa in 2020, rejected 1/3 of the applicants, and claimed that this would bring 500,000 jobs to Americans. This has instead enabled the Canadian government to smoothly implement the Global Talent Program that began in 2017. A study by U.S. real estate consulting firm CBRE found that since 2020, Canada has added 150,000 new technology talents. Although it is not as high as the 610,000 new technology talents added by the United States in total, Canada has achieved a growth rate of 15.7% in technology talents, surpassing the 11.4% in the United States. Canada has taught the United States a lesson in immigration policy today. It is worth noting that according to Bloomberg, H-1B visa holders in the United States pay at least $85 billion in annual income tax, accounting for approximately 1.7% of the U.S. government's fiscal revenue in fiscal year 2022. In addition, they will generate billions of dollars in consumer spending, promoting American companies to invest domestically rather than transferring jobs outside the United States, which is an important force supporting American Social Security and healthcare insurance. It is roughly estimated that every H-1B visa holder approved by the United States will create 2 new jobs in the United States.